Yo, 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 what's going on, family? Good morning to all you brilliant, beautiful, abundantly blessed beings. Welcome back to yet another present moment. Welcome. This is the Ace Anderson Show, where we go live every Monday morning between 6 and 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to provide you with weekly inspirational and entrepreneurial tips and tricks to help you ace your life. So congratulate yourself for making it to another beautiful dawn with me, your dedicated guide on this journey of self-discovery. Now, if you don't know by now, I am an actor, rapper, filmmaker, poet, the ace of all trades, the modern Renaissance man, Ace Anderson, and I'm so happy to be with you all for another blessed week. Now, as we embrace this first light together, I want to extend a special shout out to all you early morning risers joining in live. It is your dedication to starting the day with intention, positivity that makes the A-Team extraordinary. So grab your favorite morning brew. You know I like to drink me a full 32 ounce bottle of alkaline water. And let's explore, illuminate, and inspire ourselves to be better with mindful conversation. So today, I would like to discuss something that might be a little controversial, cheating and how to have resilience in relationships, how I've built resilience in my relationships and continue to grow and build and develop despite what my partner does or has done. So as we embark on this week's adventure, let's remember always to align our hearts with the fruit of the Spirit, that is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Let us trust these divine 9 elements to guide us on the path to living a life that resonates deeply with our most authentic desires. So without much further ado, let's get into it. So we want to discuss a little bit about resilience in relationships. How do we truly have resilience and not care what our partner is doing? Well, you know that for me, it's really important to have a sense of self, of what your own mission in life is. And my most important tool that I remember and remind myself of is that if I ask for it, I will receive it. It is already done. Ask and it is given. I truly believe in The Secret. If you haven't watched The Secret, check it out. The Secret is the law of attraction, knowing that everything is vibrational. We live in a vibrational world. And we are taught, once we come from non-physical essence into a physical 3-dimensional plane, we learn to translate vibrational frequencies. So everything that we experience is our ability to translate a vibrational frequency. So your sight, right? We know that sight is the translation of light waves, right? Our smell is a translation of olfactory waves, right? Our hearing is a translation of audio waves. So everything is a vibrational frequency, everything that we experience. And we have just learned to call it sight or call these objects, but we actually don't really see objects. We see tools, we see utility, and then we turn it into an object. So that's one thing to truly note, that when we look out into the world, our eyesight, we see utility. We see things that can be used, right? You see a rock at a certain height, you think wall. If you see a rock at another height, you see chair, right? Place to sit. We see utility. We don't see the object itself necessarily. So everything is a vibrational frequency. And so everything that you desire in life is also a vibrational frequency. Even if it hasn't physically manifested, it still exists on a vibrational level. You just haven't been able to bring it into your awareness yet. And so it hasn't, your tuner has not tuned to the frequency of that desire just yet. And so we see it as, we understand it as it being in the future. And so when something is in the future or in the past, it's not present, and so it doesn't exist for us. And if we are if we miss things in the past and we're nostalgic, that means we're sad that it doesn't exist, or that thing is no longer here. And if if it's something that we are yearning for in the future, then we experience anxiety because we don't have that thing, and we may never achieve that thing. And so basically you're now acting on a negative frequency, you're acting in a negative wave, and you're not tuned to the frequency of what you desire. So you ask for something, right? You're in a vibrational plane, a vibrational frequency, and you haven't received it yet. So you're in another vibrational frequency that is the frequency of not receiving yet. So in order to receive it, you have to be in the frequency of receivership, which is aligned with your inner being. And the inner being is always aligned with love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Your inner being is always there. That is the frequency of your inner being. And anytime you feel any other emotion other than that, then you are not aligned with your inner being. You are somewhere else vibrationally. And so it feels like you're sad and you're lonely and you're in despair because you're not connected to the source of everything. You have separated yourself from the source of everything because you're experiencing it through thought, your vibrational thoughts, that you are now experiencing another situation from what your inner being is experiencing. Your inner being is always in joy and light and love and truth and prosperity. So that means that your main objective is to then connect with your inner being and find out how your inner being is viewing the situation that you're currently in. What is the perspective of your inner being? Because once you can find and understand the perspective of your inner being, then you can experience joy and peace and prosperity, and then you will be tuned to the frequency of everything that you desire. You can't be tuned to the frequency of everything that you desire and still want the things that you desire, because when you want something, you're in the asking phase, and when you're asking for something, it's because you don't have it. Right? So once you ask for it, you have to let it go. You have to be done with it. It's done. It's done. You ask, it's done. I ask, it's given. It will show up in my life because I want it to be so. So let that go. I will no longer tune to the frequency of need or want, because now it's my job to tune into the frequency of have, because I know that I will have the thing that I desire. So that is the primary objective. So now we're talking about resilience. How does that bleed into wanting or needing or having resilience in your relationship? So if you're constantly in a space of connecting to my inner being, that's the only thing that matters. How do I put myself in a state of joy and peace and love? How do I put myself in a state of joy and peace and love? How do I put myself in a state of joy and peace and love? When I'm constantly seeking that, then I recognize that nothing else in life matters. Nothing else. It doesn't matter what anyone does outside of myself. I need to just focus on how do I get to joy. And that's not to say you will never feel pain or sadness or frustration. I feel sadness and pain and frustration all the time. I'm human. That's part of the human experience. But you don't stay there, because you know that you can't receive the things that you desire in that state. You know that you're vibrationally channeling more negative energy when you're in despair. You're channeling more despair. So the goal is, how do I get out of this disparity? How do I get out of this thinking of problematic situations? I got to get out of that. I got to find something, go exercise, go run, go to a park, right? Go play some video games, go meet up with some friends, go watch a movie. Whatever it is that you can do to take your mind out of the negative frequency state, because all you're going to do, based on the law of attraction, is attract more of the frequency that you are currently at. So the goal is always to be at your vibrational frequency that is joy. You're supposed to vibrate on the wave of your inner being. So we got a question, what's vibration? I can't find it explained in the scientific literature. Vibration is all you'll find in scientific literature. Vibration is the waves that basically make up this three-dimensional reality. Vibration is basically a pattern of waves that you can translate, that can be translated. So when you see, you're translating light vibrations. When you hear, you're translating audio vibrations, and so on and so forth. So everything is a vibrational frequency. And so when you're looking at things that remind you of negative thinking, right? Because thinking is the original vibration. Everything is made of thought. Everything is made of the same vibrational essence as thought. So thoughts can become things when they are translated through the I, the perspective of self, God, I am. Right? So they are manifested through I am, and they are brought to reality through truth, through acknowledgement of those thoughts, through connecting with those thoughts. And those thoughts then will turn from vibrational frequency to manifested frequency, a frequency that you can hear and taste and smell and see, touch, right? So a vibration, the goal is to learn how to tune your tuner to the vibrational frequency of what you desire, right? That's why people do vision boards. Learn to see things that you desire. Learn to put yourself constantly, inundate yourself with things that you want to manifest, because where attention goes, energy flows, and grows. So the goal is always to align with the vibrational frequency of what you desire. And that is part of of building resilience. That is how you manifest a life worth living, that you want to live, where you're not feeling like you are, what would you say, you're not bogged down or feeling like a victim of your life. You want to be a deliberate creator of your life. So resilience is crucial for the longevity of any healthy relationship, because you're going to face problems when you get into a relationship. You're going to have a challenge. You're going to have issues with your partner. Your partner's going to do something that you don't like, that you don't appreciate. They're not perfect, just like you're not perfect. And you have to recognize that it is not your partner's job to make you happy. It is your job to make you happy, and your partner is along for the ride. So a good definition of relationships that I like to use, and particularly marriages and business partnerships are very similar to this, are very similar in this aspect. When I say that I'm going to marry you, that means that I am shackling myself to you, and I'm going to show you all of my dark truths, everything that I have to hide from the rest of the world. I'm going to show it to you. You're going to see it. But our agreement says that you're not going to run away from my flaws and my darkness, and I'm not going to run away from your flaws and your darkness. And through that, we will be able to reveal each other's darkness. But it's not your job to reveal my darkness. It's my job to understand where my darkness shows up in the presence of another person. Because when I'm not with another person, when I'm single, when I'm by myself, and my darkness shows up and I do something wrong, it's easy to just run away and blame you for it. You're the problem, because every time I'm with you, my darkness shows up. Every time I'm with you, I do things that I don't like. That's not the case. It's that other people will reveal to you that your darkness is present. Your darkness is there, right? Everybody has it. And it is your job to then rotate. It's your job to then find the ways, the moments where your darkness arises, and figure out how to quell that. How do I heal myself from this trauma that I'm experiencing? Why does this come up for me every time? And then I work on healing myself. But I can only know that when I'm with somebody long enough that I can't hide. I can't do all of my normal things that I do, like, in just like a friendship, or, even in just like coworkers, right? Like, I might act a certain way, but I can just go home at the end of the day if something arises between us, if there's a conflict of some kind. But when you're married to somebody, you're living with them, you're intertwined in their life in pretty much every way. So it's hard to do your normal routine of hiding yourself and masking those elements of yourself that you don't truly want to face, because you have a lot of trauma, and trauma is traumatic. So we don't want to face our trauma. But the purpose of a relationship is to allow yourself to have a mirror in front of you, somebody to show you, hey, this is how you're acting, right? And it is not that person's job to fix it. You don't get into a relationship to fix someone else. You get into a relationship to fix yourself. And the whole point of, and a lot of people don't recognize, is that you're supposed to be about 80 to 90% fixed already before you're even supposed to be into a relationship, before you're even worthy of a relationship. Because a lot of people get into relationships thinking, oh, everything is going to be perfect once I get my partner. Once my partner can handle all of this stuff, my partner can do all of that stuff. No, you got to start by doing it yourself. Figure out how you can bring enough to the table to be a whole, full person. I can manage things on my own. This is working out on my own. And once you're doing things well on your own, then you know what you're worthy of. You know what your requirements are. You know what you're not going to tolerate. And then when you get with somebody, you say, okay, I got these basic needs met, and now I'm going to watch and observe any time that I step out of my frequency of love and joy and peace and patience. I'm gonna watch myself every time. I'm gonna look and see, okay, look, I started yelling at that point, and I got really angry there, and I recognize it's not the other person that made me angry because she said something that I didn't like. It's me that allowed myself to get angry because I was not prepared for that circumstance. And the only way I can be prepared for that circumstance is to know that that circumstance is possible. Then I can say, okay, what's happening there? Why do I keep just going to that point and I keep throwing that back, and I feel angry in these moments when I'm in these situations? And it's not to say, oh, I should avoid those situations altogether. It's to say, okay, how do I deal with that if I am to be put in that situation again? How do I act in a manner that is more Christ-like, that is more aligned with who I want to be, right? So that is your only objective when you're in a relationship. That's your only goal. That's your only mission, is to figure out how you can be aligned with your love, your joy, your peace, your patience, your kindness, your goodness, your faithfulness, your gentleness, and your self-control. That's it. All right. So that's the main goal. That's how you overcome, these are common challenges. You're going to have miscommunication. You're going to have times where it's hard to understand your partner and you don't really get it. You don't really get them. But your goal should be, you make a commitment when you get with somebody. When you go into a relationship with someone, you make a commitment. And the commitment should be something that you feel like you can realistically do, right? So for me, in my relationship, my commitment to my wife is that I will always be honest with you. Because if I'm not, I will not feel good about myself. I will have no moral high ground if I'm not. I want to be in a relationship where I can be completely honest no matter what. That's what I want. I want a queen that will love me despite my flaws, it doesn't matter what I tell them, as long as I'm honest. My heart is in the right place. I'm not trying to be vindictive with my honesty. A lot of people use honesty as an excuse to be mean and spiteful. That's not the way to be honest. That's being hurtful. I don't have to say everything that comes to my mind in a pure, unadulterated way. However, if I do my job to communicate to you my circumstances, if you ask me questions, I need to answer them forthrightly. I need to not avoid situations. I need to acknowledge when I'm at fault. When I know that I'm at fault, I need to acknowledge that. When I know I'm doing something that I wouldn't like to be doing, I need to acknowledge that. This is all a part of me and my commitment to being honest. My word is my bond. My word is my law. So for me, as long as I'm honest with you, then I will be able to live and sleep soundly. Because that's the most important thing to me. And that's so important when it comes to business relationships, when it comes to romantic relationships, and when it comes to platonic friendships. That is the most important thing to me. I can sleep soundly knowing that I was honest. I was straightforward. I didn't lie. And when I do, I feel terrible. When I do, I feel horrible. When I lie, I feel like a bad person. I feel evil. I feel wrong. I feel like I've messed up. And so that is my commitment. You have to make a commitment something that you can stay committed to. And I believe that, especially for men, this is the commitment that you must make. This is the commitment that you must make in order to have a good, positive relationship, long lasting, is I'm going to commit to being honest. That's it. That's it. I can't say that I'm going to be attracted to you forever. I know we're going to get old. I can't say that I'm going to be sexually into you and we're going to I'm going to always think you're beautiful, because a lot of times you're going to do stuff that is not beautiful to me. But I will always be honest with you. I can also say I'm not going to intentionally try to hurt your feelings. I'm not going to go out of my way to try to hurt you and make you feel pain, because I believe in karma, and I don't want that to come back to me. I don't want to feel pain. So why would I dish out pain? I don't want you to feel pain. If I do something that does hurt you, I don't want to create more of that. And I don't want you to hurt me back because you feel like you're hurt. And I don't want to create that world. And that, I feel like, leads to a lot of divorces or a lot of separation. So in making your commitment, you have to communicate those desires. You communicate what's those requirements for your relationship, and then you let it go. You know what you want. You know what you don't want. You know what you do want, and you utter them. You tell them to your partner. You communicate that, and then that's it. That's the contract. Now, if you don't honor these agreements, time and time again, then you're just proving to me that you don't meet the requirements, the basic requirements of this position. And so, sayonara. Bye. That's it. And, to some people that might sound harsh, but why would I stay in a relationship where I'm not getting what I feel like I deserve? I don't feel like I'm getting what I deserve. And yes, I love you. And just because I love you doesn't mean that it's good for me to be with you romantically and sexually, or even in a business relationship with you. It's not good for me to be with you. I love you. I care about you. I want you to succeed. And I think that we will be better off at succeeding if you were to go your way and I will go my way. And I'm not seeking anything. I'm not seeking anything because I believe in the law of attraction. I believe that the perfect person will show up for me. And I believe that to be you, but you're not being that person right now. So maybe you need to go find your time to be that person, to figure out how to be that person. And I'm going to just be the person that I want to be. I'm going to be honest with myself. I'm going to align with the love and joy and peace and patience that I want to align with, because that's what I want to feel all the time. I always want to be happy. I always want to be in joy. So I'm going to always put myself in a state of joy. And while I do that, you go do your thing. And I trust that if I truly believe that you're my person, I trust that you will start vibrating on the frequency of my person. And if you don't, then you're not my person. It's that simple. Because I want my person. I don't care if it's you or not. I believe it's you. I would prefer it to be you. But if it's not, I don't want to be wasting time. I don't want to be sad over spilt milk. I want to be excited for my partner. I want to be excited for, oh my gosh, like this means that, like, if I thought you were my partner, I thought you were my person, and I thought you were so amazing and great, and our relationship was so good. That means that my person, if it's not you, is even better than this. That's amazing. Like, hell yeah, let's go. I'm excited for that. That gets me excited. I'm so excited. And even if it's you, that means that you're going to change to a frequency that's going to make our relationship better. Because you're going to figure it out. You're going to go off and leave, and I'm going to have my space to figure my life out without that negative energy, without somebody around me that's cheating on me or lying to me or telling me stupid stuff or hating on me or making me feel bad. I'm going to be in this free space where I can just live my life and do whatever I want and vibrate on the frequency of joy, put myself in a state of love and light and truth and laughter. And you're gonna start vibrating on that frequency too, because I will not stoop down to your level. I will not drop to a lower vibrational disc. I will only invite other people to my high vibrational disc. You're always welcome to join me up here, but I will not stoop down to your level. I will not. So go. If cheating is how you want to live, if you want to lie to me, if you want to go and give somebody else your love and your time and your energy, go for it. Bye. Bye. I want people in my life that want my energy. And you're not being that. And I am going to be so happy with the person that gives me that. And that's it. So you can either be the person that I want to be with, or you can not be. And either way, I'm going to be happy, because I know that the person exists in the vibrational plane. I know it exists. And a lot of people get wrapped up in their partner, like, nobody else exists. I'm never going to find anything. This is never going to work out. It's never going to happen. And listen, if you think it is or you think it isn't, you're right. So you think you're going to be alone and sad and horrible and nothing is ever going to work out for you, then that's the way it's going to be. I promise you. And it's going to be really hard. It's going to be really difficult and challenging to break up, because you're going to be trapped in a relationship where you're not being treated the way you think you should be treated, the way you believe you ought to be treated. You're going to just keep accepting this horrible relationship. And okay, wait, somebody said, I ain't gonna lie, King, this title came off like you were okay with her doing what she's doing while you're with her, but you're actually saying you don't care, as in you don't mind moving right along. Yes. I mean, yeah. I have an image of my future. I have an image of my partner. And I don't care what my partner does, because I know that my partner is not responsible for making me happy. I have an image of who I want to be with. I have an image of what the person looks like, smells like, is like. I have an idea, right, in my mind. I believe that it's you. Now, you're living a life that maybe it's not cheating. Maybe you're just eating unhealthily, right? You're not a very healthy person. You're smoking. You're constantly smoking cigarettes. You're drinking alcohol. You're doing all this stuff, right? Now, I've decided that it's you. Like, you're my person. I've said, like, this is it. This is the person that I want to be with. And I believe that the essence of the person that I want to be with exists in you. But right now, you're not vibrating at that frequency, because you're more in tune with alcoholism, or your addiction to cigarettes, and eating junk food. And I'm not really in that space. I don't want to be there. I don't want to be in that space. I want to be healthy. And so I want my partner to be healthy. And so my partner will be healthy. And so if you decide that you want to keep doing these unhealthy things, and I believe that I still believe that you're my partner, then I'm going to let you do whatever it is you need to do, and I'm going to do whatever it is that I need to do. Because I'm not going to be committed to you. I'm not going to be aligned with you unless you're aligned with me. Because you're out of alignment with the vibrational frequency that I want to be on. And so you're going to have to be my partner. You're going to have to act right if that's who you want to be. Like, and it's not so much that, and yes, in some sense, like, I don't care if you cheat. I don't. What I want from my partner, I want my partner to be honest with me. Because I know my partner's not going to find me physically attractive for the rest of my life. Okay? I know that I'm not delusional in thinking that My partner's never going to have a fantasy about some other person other than me. I'm not going to be delusional in thinking that and believing that that would never happen. My partner would never. And maybe if that's where I want to think, I need to find that person. And I need to find that person. Because maybe I don't want a partner that will ever think anything of another person, will never have a fantasy about another person. For me personally, I don't feel like that's a realistic assumption because I know myself. I know that I have fantasies and thoughts about other people, right? I know that I have infatuations and all sorts of things, right? So I'm not going to be delusional in thinking that my partner is any different. That's for me. I don't think it's realistic. And so at the very least, I just want you to be honest. I want my partner to be honest about that. And so in that honesty, my goal is to find a partner that will align with that. So I don't care necessarily what you do. I care about the integrity of your word. That's what's important to me because I want to feel like I can trust you. I can know exactly what it is that you want. I can know what you're going after. I can know what you're thinking. I can know a lot more about you rather than somebody who I can't trust to tell me the truth. I don't know if you're lying. I don't know what ground I'm standing on right now. And so it's much harder for me to make a decision about what to do. And now, if a person is honest with me, that person will be in my life forever. Somebody who never lies to me, that person gets to be in my life forever. Okay? Because I feel like I can truly trust them. When push comes to shove, I can trust that person. That doesn't mean that I need to be in a sexually romantic relationship with this person, but it just means that I can trust them. And so that's what's most important to me. If it comes to the point that my partner is cheating on me and lying to me about it, then I can't trust them. I cannot trust them. And so I will operate in a way where I can trust. I can trust when I'm on my own. I can trust when I'm by myself, but I can't trust when I'm with you and I'm like telling you something. I can't trust that I can tell you something in confidence. I can't trust that you're going to do what you said you were going to do. Now, if my partner is cheating on me and telling me the truth about it, at least I can trust you. So this person is going to be in my life forever. Now, I might still decide, you know what, I don't really like that vibrational frequency. I don't like the people that you're hanging out with. I don't like what you're doing, and so I don't think that I need to be around you. I don't think I need to be with you right now. And that may change because I know people change, and maybe my absence will make your heart grow so fond that you're like, fuck it, I don't want to be doing anything with anybody else. I don't want to be seeing anybody else. Like, I just want this person, and and that's it. And maybe it might help you change your tune. But for me, I need to align with the fruit of the Spirit always. And that's constantly my guide. That is consistently my goal. So your goal should always be to align with the fruit of the Spirit. And that's it. And that's essentially why I personally do not worry or concern myself if my partner is doing something, outside of my relationship, because I want to find my partner that meets all of the requirements and all of the needs that I desire from a partner. And I believe if it exists, then there's no reason to be upset when one particular person has not manifested the reality yet, has not manifested that thing. It's not that person's responsibility. It's God's responsibility. I give it to God. God, this is what I want. You know what I want. You know what I deserve. And so let me know what I need to do. Tell me what I need to do. The power is always mine. It is always my responsibility to make myself happy. It's never anybody else's responsibility. And being in this situation right now is not reminding me of happiness. So I need to put myself in a state where I am reminded of my happiness. I am reminded of my gratitude. I am reminded of my appreciation for life. Right? So I hope that you all can understand and follow a little bit about what I am expressing. And I would love to hear your thoughts, your comments. You know, of course, this will be left on, if you want to leave your comments and stuff. You'll be able to rewatch this on YouTube and on Instagram and so on and so forth. And yeah, so I hope that this was fruitful for y'all. And just like that, we are wrapping up another fantastic session here on the Ace Anderson Show. Big love and thanks to each and every one of you who joined us live this morning. Your energy and insights light up this community and push us all to level up in every way possible. Now, don't forget, we're here every Monday morning between 6 and 9 a.m., bringing that heat to start your week off right. And if today's conversation got you fired up, inspired, or just curious to learn more, please drop a comment, share this stream, and tell a friend, because word of mouth is the best influencer. So keep Ace Boogie in your thoughts and prayers, and I promise to do the same. Also follow me on all social media platforms at Ace Shot That. Remember, we're on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat. So come follow your boy and let's keep the A-team growing strong. Also, an announcement, you might have noticed that I dropped a new brand. And if you hadn't noticed, we're working on a new brand for helping people organize their lives, build their brands, build their entrepreneurial journey, and take control of everything that they desire to build and grow the life of their dreams. So that new brand is called Piece by Piece, and I'm really excited about it. We're doing creative organizational specialists. We are creative organizational specialists, and we are helping people just get organized, from your files to your videos, your contents that you're creating. We're helping you do all of that. So without further ado, Made Piece by Piece. Follow me on Made Piece by Piece. You'll see that. Hope you guys enjoyed this session. Until next time, remember to always, always, always align yourself with truth, trust, and patience, and I promise you will ace your life. Peace out, y'all.